stop. Look at this screen. Do you see that? That is not a screenshot. That is a refresh. That is live data. $340 before launch. By the time I went to bed, over $850 in a single day. Now I know what you're thinking. You've seen this before. You've seen the gurus, you've seen the hacks, and you've seen the promises. But let me ask you a question, and be honest with me. Why are you still watching this? Why haven't you hit these numbers yet? I'll tell you why. It's not because you are not smart. It's not because you don't work hard. It's because you are running blind. You are taking a CPA link, you are throwing traffic at it, and you are hoping it sticks. Hope is not a strategy. Hope does not pay the rent. Today, I am going to show you the difference between the amateurs who make $0 and the professionals who print money on demand. I am going to hand you a system. I call it the CPA converter package. This is not a get-rich-quick button. This is not about fake traffic or bots or scamming networks. We don't do that here. This is about optimization. This is about being a technician. This is about using a specific set of tools to ensure that when you send traffic, that traffic converts. I'm going to walk you through everything. How to pick the offer, how to build the bridge, how to get the traffic, and most importantly, step 4, how to use the CPA converter tool to test, analyze, and optimize your funnel so you never lose a commission to a technical error again. If you are ready to stop playing games and start building a business, lock in. Turn off your notifications, close the other tabs. Give me the next 35 minutes and I will give you a career. Let's go. Alright guys, so in this video, I am going to go ahead and walk you through step by step on how you can be able to use a secret email CPA tool and actually get a result like this, where you can hit $2.68 very fast. As you can see right over here, this dashboard is completely fresh, and I want to show you exactly how I use the CPA self-converter method to actually check my offers and make sure that everything is working perfectly so that when I send traffic to it, the audience will understand the process and give me conversion very quick. Now, I am going to take my time to explain this process because a lot of people, they are making mistakes when it comes to setting up the system. So I'm going to go ahead and show you first of all how to select the right offer. Then I'm going to show you how to use the CPA self-converter method to actually view this offer on different devices like mobile phone or PC, so you can see exactly what your traffic is going to see. Okay? Guys, before we continue, if you are serious about turning this skill into steady income, join my full mentorship. That's where I show you my full setup, offers, traffic systems, and how I withdraw earnings into my local bank account. The link is in the video description. So, the first thing we're going to do is to come over to our CPA network. You can use any network you like, but for this particular tutorial, I am going to be using this specific one right over here. So if I come over to the tools section, I'm going to go ahead and click on offer tools. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and select my offers. Now basically what we want to do is to target a specific country that has a high payout. So I'm going to come over to the country filter right over here, and I'm going to select United States. So if I select United States right over here, I'll wait for it to load. Okay, network is a bit delaying, but it is coming up. So once the United States offers are up, I want to come over to the category and I want to target email submit. The reason why I'm targeting email submit is because it is the easiest conversion flow for the audience to actually understand. So if I select email submit, you can see we have various lists of offers right over here. Now, if you look at this one, you can see the payout is about $2 or $2.68 depending on the device. So I'm going to look for an offer that accepts both desktop and mobile, or maybe specific mobile devices. Like this one right over here, you can see it is for Apple iOS. And if you come down a little bit, you can see this one is for desktop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pick one of these offers that looks very appealing. Okay, so let's say we're going to work with this particular offer right over here. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to copy the affiliate link. Now, it is very important that you don't just paste this link directly. You need to create a bridge page or a landing page. So I'm going to open a new tab and I'm going to go over to Google Sites. I use Google Sites because it is 100% free and it is very simple to use. You can even do this on your mobile phone if you don't have a laptop. So I'm going to go ahead and create a blank site. And basically what I want to do is to to create a simple button or a simple text that will direct the people to the offer. So I will just put the title of the offer right over here, and then I'm going to paste my link inside the button. After I've finished setting up the landing page, I'm going to go ahead and publish this site, okay? And then I'm going to copy the published link. This is the link that we're going to be using for the CPA self-converter method. Now, this is the most important part of this video, so I want you to pay close attention. So now we are going to move straight to the CPA self-converter tool. This is the system that allows me to actually demonstrate the process and see how the offer looks on different devices. Okay, so if you come over here, you can see the interface is very clean. But before we start setting it up, in case if you are overwhelmed and you are looking at this and saying this is too technical, I have actually made a separate mini course for you guys. Okay, if you check the video description right now, go ahead and click on the link and it's going to direct you to the mini course where I have broken down all these things step by step. In that mini course, I show you exactly how to get the active user agents that you need for this tool. I show you how to get the specific device strings. I also show you how to generate the emails that you are going to need if you want to test these offers yourself to understand the flow. So basically, the mini course covers everything that you might be struggling with. For example, if you don't know how to set up the headers or you don't know how to clean your cookies properly, I have a dedicated video in that mini course that explains all of that. So if you want that, just go ahead and click the link in the description below and grab that mini course because it's going to help you to solve your problems specifically. So now let's come back to the system. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new profile. Okay, so I will click on create profile and I'm going to give it a name. Let's call it test offer 1. Then I need to select the browser. I can use Chrome or I can use Firefox, but I prefer to use Chrome for this particular one. Then I'm going to come down to the operating system. Now, this is where the CPA self-converter method becomes very, very powerful because I can choose to view this as a Windows 10 user or I can choose to view it as an Android user. Since the offer we picked was, let's say, for mobile, I'm going to go ahead and select Android. But now the issue is I need a user agent that matches this Android device perfectly. If I just use the default one, it might not show me the correct offer page. It might redirect me. So I need a specific high-quality user agent string. Now, where do I get this user agent? That is exactly what I explained in the mini course. Guys, before we continue, if you are serious about turning this skill into steady income, join my full mentorship. That's where I show you my full setup, offers, traffic systems, and how I withdraw earnings into my local bank account. The link is in the video description. So, I'm going to go ahead and copy my user agent from my notepad right over here. I have a list of them. So I will copy this one specifically for Samsung Galaxy S23. I'll come back to the tool and I'm going to paste it right inside the user agent box. So I'll click Ctrl V on my keyboard and paste it there. Now, if you look at the details, you will see that the system has automatically detected that this is an Android 13 device and it is a Samsung phone. This means that when I run the CPA self-converter method, the network is going to see this traffic coming exactly from a Samsung phone. This is very important if you want to understand how your audience interact with the offer. Next, I need to check the network connection. So I will come down here to the proxy section. Now, for this method to work effectively, you need to make sure you are simulating the location of the offer. Since we picked a United States offer, I need to make sure my IP address is showing United States. So I'm going to go ahead and configure my proxy right over here. I will enter the IP address, I will enter the port, and I will enter the username and password if it requires authentication. Then I'm going to click on check proxy. We have to wait for it to verify. Okay, you can see it says proxy connection successful. This is green light. That means we are good to go. Also, you need to make sure that the time zone matches the location. So if the IP is from New York, you need to make sure the time zone is set to New York time. The CPA self-converter tool can actually handle this automatically if you toggle this button right here. So I'm going to toggle it on. So now that we have set up the profile, we have the right user agent, we have the right IP address, we are going to go ahead and click on save. Now we are ready to perform the CPA self-converter method. So I'm going to go ahead and launch this profile. Once I click launch, it's going to open a new browser window. Now, as you can see, this browser window looks a little bit different because it is simulating a mobile view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste the link of the landing page that we created earlier. I will paste it right here in the address bar and I'm going to hit enter. Okay, So now we are on the landing page. You can see how it looks on a mobile phone. This is exactly what your traffic is going to see. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the button to go to the offer. Now watch what happens. Because we use the correct user agent and the correct IP, the CPA network redirects us to the actual offer page. If we didn't use the CPA self-converter method properly, we might have been redirected to a different offer or just the home page. But right here, you can see the email submit form is live. So now I'm going to walk you through the process of filling this out. This is how I demonstrate the process so that I can create content or I can just understand the flow. So I'm going to toggle the view so I can see it clearly. I'm going to come over here and I need to enter an email address. Now you cannot just use any fake email. It has to be a valid formatted email. If you don't know how to generate these leads or these emails, again, I have covered that in the mini course in the description. So I'm going to go ahead and paste an email address right here and I'm going to click on continue. It is processing. Okay, now it is asking for the first name, last name, address, and zip code. This is very crucial, guys. You need to provide information that looks real. You cannot just type gibberish. So I am going to go ahead and type a name. Let's say James, last name Johnson. For the address, I'm going to use a real address that matches the zip code of the IP address I am using. This is the level of detail you need for the CPA self-converter method to actually work. So I will put the address here, 123 Main Street, depending on the city, and I'll put the zip code. Then it's going to ask for date of birth. I will select a random date, but make sure the person is over 18, obviously. And then maybe a phone number. For the phone number, you can just use a formatted number that looks like a US number. So once I've filled all this information up, I'm going to go ahead and click on the continue button. But before I do that, I want to explain why we are doing this. The CPA self-converter method helps you to verify that the pixel fires correctly. If you can complete this process yourself, then you know for a fact that your traffic can complete it too. It helps you to build confidence in the offer you are promoting. So I'm going to click continue. Now, sometimes it might ask you a survey question like, do you own a car or do you own a house? You just go ahead and answer yes or no. It doesn't really matter as long as you're interacting with the page. We're going to go through the second page now. It is loading. Okay, it is asking for a bit more information. I'm going to fill this out behind the scenes very quickly because I don't want to bore you with typing, but basically, you just follow the instructions on the screen. Alright, so I'm done filling out the form right now. I have gone through the entire flow and usually at the end, you're going to see a thank you page or a page that says offer completed or maybe just a confirmation message. Once you see that blue output or that confirmation, it means the process has been completed successfully. So now the big question is, did it convert? Did the CPA self-converter method actually work to trigger the conversion? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to close this browser profile, okay? I'm going to close it completely. And then we're going to go back to our CPA network dashboard. As you can see right here, it is still showing $0 because I haven't refreshed the page yet. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh this page right now. And we're going to see if the click and the conversion was recorded. So let's give it a second to refresh. Network is a bit slow today, guys. Bear with me. Okay, it is loading. And boom. As you can see right over here, we have generated $2.68, so the offer converted successfully. This is the power of the CPA self-converter method. It allows you to test, verify, and demonstrate exactly how these offers work. Now that I know this offer converts, I can confidently go and buy traffic or I can create content around this offer because I know that when people fill it out, I am going to get paid. So basically, that is the step-by-step process. You select the offer, you create the landing page, you set up your system using the CPA self-converter tool, you get your user agents, you perform the task to verify the flow, and then you check your stats. Now, remember guys, if you missed any part of the setup, specifically regarding the user agents or the IP setup or how to get the emails, I highly recommend you check out the mini course in the description. I created that mini course specifically for people who are finding it difficult to get the technical parts right. Because if you use the wrong user agent or if you use a bad IP address, the CPA self-converter method will not work and you will not see that conversion in your dashboard. So go ahead and click the link in the description, get access to the mini course and master this process. Guys, before we continue, if you're serious about turning this skill into steady income, join my full mentorship. That's where I show you my full setup, offers, traffic systems, and how I withdraw earnings into my local bank account. The link is in the video description.
So, that is it for this video, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. I will try my best to answer each and every one of you. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content on how to promote CPA offers using self-converting techniques. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.